Hey, welcome back to another episode of the Money Codes. My name is Joel and I'm here to give you your daily money code fix. In today's video, we're going to be talking about something I think is very important. I think it's a natural follow-up to the video I did last week, which was my breakdown on authorized users, whether or not I thought they were effective, if you should waste your time and your money on trying to acquire some. If you didn't watch that video, I'll link that above. But in summation, my overall takeaway was I felt that there were better things and things that you could actually add to your credit profile to strengthen it up, to make it actually look better than just getting authorized user accounts. So this video is going to be centered on reason codes, and it is my goal on this video as well as this channel as a whole to poke some holes in the myths that we hear when it comes to credit repair, credit building, what it takes to actually get your credit to be strong enough to get approved for mortgages, high-tier credit cards, and things of that nature. I was in a group chat recently, and one of the questions that was asked by one of the members of the group was they did an application recently and they got a letter back from the credit card company stating that they had too many retail accounts. And he was asking whether or not people have heard this before, if they gotten a similar message from a credit card company. Everyone kind of just swept it under the rug, and that prompted me to make this video because I think it's very important. So in those letters that they send out when you are declined for a loan or a credit card, there are a lot of nuggets and hints that Fico is actually giving us if we pay attention, that is actually letting us know, the consumer, what they're paying attention to. And not only what they're paying attention to, what lenders are paying attention to. So if you're not sure what it is I'm even talking about, a reason code is a number as well as a very short explanation as to what is impacting your score that a lender may decide not to give you a credit. So let's say I go ahead and I try to apply for a new credit card. I don't get the approval, and in about a week, I get a letter in the mail that says something to the effect of, "Sorry, Joel, you're not able to get approval at this time. Here are some of the things that are impacting your credit score or your credit profile." And usually it'll list out like 3, 4, or 5 different things. The most common things that you'll see are things like utilization is too high, you have too many new accounts, or your credit profile is too new, it's not old enough. And in a few minutes, we're actually going to go to Fico's website. I'm going to show you all of those codes. Your 3-digit Fico score is important, but there are so many other variables and factors that not only impact your credit score, but how a lender chooses to decide, are they going to approve you? Are they going to flat out just decline you? And if they do approve you, are they going to approve you for a high amount? Or are they just going to give you a few hundred or a few $1,000s on this credit card? Okay, so now let's jump right into it. So first things first, you can see that I'm on Google, and I just simply typed in reason codes Fico. And we're going to check out the first link here. And you can see here, there's not a lot of like animations, there's not a lot of graphics. When you type this in, it's pretty plain. So this is not something that I'm assuming they're wanting everyone to easily see or expect that consumers are going to want to read in their spare time. But I went ahead and I downloaded this. Okay, so I just made the PDF very big. So remember, I went to Fico, or I actually went to Google, and I just searched in Fico reason code, and we're able to download this PDF. So now let me just make this a little bit bigger. The lists are presented in alphanumerical sequence assigned by Fico Next Gen Risk Score Reason Code. Fico is here to protect the lender. They're not here to be your friend, they're here to protect the lender. So they created this entire system, this entire algorithm is trying to minimize the risk for the lender so that lenders aren't going to give their money out to people that are going to do fraud or default on the loans. This is why they created this entire system. So now let's jump right into it. Let me zoom this out a little bit. And now you can see here, these are the different scoring models. This one is Fico 8. This is the one that you commonly see. You can see here the Fico Mortgage Score 1.0. What you're looking at here are all the different type of scoring models, whether you're trying to get a credit card, a mortgage. The only thing I want you to pay attention to is all of these reasons. You can see here, page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6. 6 pages, and you can see, you can probably count. This is easily over 100 reasons why Fico is going to look at your credit profile, your credit score. And they're going to look at more than just did you pay on time? So if anyone's telling you the only thing that a bank cares about is do you pay your bill on time, that's like the bare minimum. Look at the stuff that FICO is paying attention to, and they're passing on to the bank. They're passing on to the lender. This is the last page. Too many retail accounts. Now, I know I do have the shopping cart trick video that's very popular on my channel. That is a strategy that we use to get people to get some positive trade lines on their account, positive payment history on their account, but you can overdo it. This is another reason why I tell everyone to try to build relationships from the major banks. The Bank of America, the Wells Fargo, the Chase, Navy Federal. Not only do they give big credit lines, but they are a major institution. They're a major credit union. Try to go for the big banks, and we're trying to limit all of the retail accounts, the retail cards, the store cards, the Macy's. They're paying attention to if you have those accounts. They're paying attention to if you have too many of those accounts, because if you have so many of those accounts, you start to look unsophisticated as a borrower. Too many revolving accounts. Do you have too many credit cards? Are you out just getting credit cards every other month, looking like you need money, looking like you're trying to do something funny with credit cards? Too many recently opened revolving accounts. Too many recently opened retail accounts with balances. Too many installment accounts. Too many inquiries in the last 12 months. Again, I'm not going to read every single one. This is just opening your mind to the fact that FICO is paying attention to a lot. Don't just get preoccupied and obsessed with your 3-digit credit score. It is an important metric to your credit profile, but notice in all of my videos I talk about credit profile and not just credit score. The reason why I'm saying profile is because they're looking at everything, the type of accounts that you have. Do you have serious delinquency? The time the most recent installment loan account opening is too short. So not only are they looking at the type of accounts that you're creating, they're looking to see, is it too short? Is it too new? Too few accounts currently paid as agreed. Here's this one. Here's another big one. Too few accounts with balances. This right here is a shot at everyone that is saying they pay all of their credit cards off to zero. They don't keep balances. Not only do they not keep balances, they don't use their card. The people that say things like credit is bad, credit cards is bad, they never use their cards. Their cards is frozen in the freezer. If you're not actively using your accounts, even that gets penalized against you. They're paying attention to everything. So it's a mix. Time since most recent bank/national revolving account opening is too short. This is another shot at people that say that all banks are the same, that FICO doesn't grade the financial institution, everyone is just equal. Well, why are they specifying bank/national revolving account? They compare that differently and they grade those type of accounts, your Bank of America's, your Chase, like those big major banks that you see. They grade those differently than they do something like a My Jewelers Club. I'm just giving you an example of just line after line after line after line of things that you may not even be paying attention to. This is actually being put into a computer system somewhere with your name, with your information, and that's how they're able to communicate with American Express and the lenders and the mortgage companies. That's how these mortgage lenders are able to see whether or not they want to give you that loan or not. And remember the video that I have on FICO 10 and 10T, T standing for that trending data. All of this information is going to be expanded out over 24 months. Go check out that video if you haven't seen that already. All right, so I'm going to end the video here. I'm not going to make this too long. If you're somebody that is a credit nerd like I am, and you kind of want to see how the system works, what the banks really are doing, how we need to actually present ourselves before we start applying to get different kind of loans, or if we're trying to get some business lines of credit in the future, these are the things that you at least just be aware of. Just do a quick skim over this PDF. And just by skimming on the type of things that they're looking at, you'll get a better understanding of what it is that they want. I always say over and over and over again, think like a lender. Think like a lender. If you're able to think like a lender and you know what it is that they want, and you just dress yourself up and you present yourself in the way that they like, it's easy to make them happy when you know what it is that they want. You make them happy, they're going to give you more money. If you make them happy, you're going to get more credit lines, bigger increases, length of time auto accounts has been established. Like, do you realize that you get more points just by having a lease or an auto loan on your credit profile? I learned this the hard way because I believed in the past several years, pay cash for everything. This is something that actually hurt my credit score years ago because I paid cash for everything. I paid my car cash. I didn't have a lease. I didn't have any installment loans. There was a lack of credit mix on my account. I paid cash for everything. I thought I was doing a good job by just having no debt or limiting my debt and paying cash for everything. Really, FICO and lenders want to see that I'm able to have an installment loan and pay that down, that I'm able to have a mortgage and take care of those payments, that I'm able to have an auto loan, and you can literally see they are counting auto loans differently than just a regular installment loan. Let's look at here. No mortgage loans reported. The fact that you don't have a mortgage is something that they're paying attention to as well. And notice, if you've ever had a car loan or if you ever had a mortgage and you paid it off and you paid off that loan, have you or have you not noticed that your score went down after you did that? It's counterintuitive. I know we're taught to think that we just got to pay everything down, have no debt, pay everything cash. That's kind of how we're taught. But all we're doing here, this is like, I'm not on anything crazy. I'm not on any website that's super crazy. All I did was literally just Google FICO reason codes, and I just read it. I literally just read it because I want to see for myself, well, what are the things that FICO pays attention to? The things that they pay attention to, I probably should start paying attention to for myself if I want to be savvy when it comes to credit. This really isn't a secret, but no one's really looking at this stuff. So that's pretty much what I wanted to go over. I don't want to make this video even longer than what it is, but to answer the question, to answer the thumbnail that's on this video, can you be negatively impacted if you have too many retail cards? Yes, but you can be negatively impacted by doing a lot of things. A lot of things. Right? Go take 5 minutes and check that out. And trust me, you'll get a lot out of this by just reading what's on this PDF. So now, as you can see, there's a lot more that goes into your credit score and your credit profile. It's not just paying your bills on time. You can have too many accounts. You can have new accounts. If you have credit cards and you haven't used them for months, that's also something that they're paying attention to. FICO and these lenders and all of these lending institutions, they are paying attention to everything about you. And they're trying to mitigate their risk on whether or not if they give you this money, are you going to run off? Are you going to default? It's a lot deeper than you think. So let me know your thoughts. Go ahead and like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm going to catch you in the next video. Peace.